All right, real quick, one more 3D printing tip for the week. Let's talk about tall prints. It's pretty common, even if you have good bed adhesion, for your nozzle to come in contact with the top of a tall print. You get that clicking, it's usually in one spot. You might wake up in the morning and you have a beautiful print that's knocked over. And you're like, hey, there's no spaghetti, what happened? Well, obviously you get a lot of leverage when your print gets taller, and these layers expand and contract, they heat and cool as you get tall. And ultimately, your height just gets a little too close to your nozzle. And so there's a few things you can do in your slicer to overcome this. I'm going to show you today in Bamboo Studio how to do that. These are some really cool little Dell and Think Center racks for my server that I'm 3D printing in PET-G. And ultimately, I'm making a really cool AI node cluster with them. So we're going to have some really cool engineering projects coming up in the near future, but I want to show you the settings I use to get this done. All right, let's open Bamboo Studio and scroll down to Advanced. You're going to see order of walls. Let's make sure this is set to outer to inner. Go down a little bit further and we're going to check avoid crossing walls, and then avoid crossing wall, the max detour length, and we're going to have that 10 millimeters. These are really going to help our collision aspect as it gets taller. Okay, and then I'm going to come back over to speed. Outer wall, we want to set to 70 millimeters a second. And then a very common thing to check here is also slow down by height. But let's do one thing further and actually give it a little more specific travel speed of 250 millimeters. All these things are really going to help as we kind of move on through our print. Okay, and that's really it. Those simple things right there should buy you enough time to let your layers cool and for your nozzle to get out of the way.